Hello, Namaskar. This is Firstpost and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. It's eerily quiet in Tianjin right now. The city seems almost peaceful, a striking contrast to the whirlwind of diplomacy over the last 2 days. The SCO, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit, is finally over. Today was the second and the final day. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on his way back to New Delhi, and while the streets are quieter, the global headlines are anything but. Dominating social media and news headlines is not just the SCO leaders' meeting, but also the Modi-Putin bonhomie. It was on full display today. The two leaders met, they hugged, they laughed, and they hitched a ride together. We'll bring you the inside details of the big bilateral meeting, also the key takeaways from this summit, including the many viral moments and what it means for Chinese President Xi Jinping. Also how Washington is going to look at this. Donald Trump's trade advisor has chosen to play the caste card. You won't believe what he said. All this and more coming up. The headlines first. Political crisis continues in Thailand as its largest opposition party holds a king-making summit, but fails to come up with a name for the country's next prime minister. Last Friday, a court had sacked Paetongtarn Shinawatra. The ruling has left Thailand with only an acting prime minister and a caretaker cabinet. Bangladesh's interim leader Mohammad Yunus issues a warning, says any deviation from the planned elections would be extremely dangerous. General elections are due to be held in Bangladesh in February 2026. This will be the first election in the country since the ouster of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina last August. India's Unified Payments Interface, or UPI, has reached a new milestone, surpassing 20 billion transactions in August. Earlier in the month, daily UPI transactions had crossed the 700 million mark for the first time. The Narendra Modi government has set a target of 1 billion UPI transactions a day. A plane carrying the European Union chief is hit by GPS jamming just as Ursula von der Leyen was to land in Bulgaria. The EU suspects that Russia could be behind this incident, but it's not clear if the aircraft was deliberately targeted, as such attacks are common in the region. And Guyana goes to the polls amid tensions with neighboring Venezuela. The election will decide who manages its booming oil economy and navigate a border dispute with Venezuela over the Essequibo region. It's where most of the South American nation's oil reserves are located. The results are expected by Thursday. As Trump's trade war rattles the world, all eyes turn to Tianjin, host of the SCO summit. Prime Minister Modi makes his first visit to China in 7 years. India's policy of multi-alignment faces its biggest test. Will the outreach to China open the door to a new partnership? And will talks with Russia add weight to India's stance against trade wars and tariffs? Catch Vantage live from Tianjin.